Yeah.
Yeah, or perhaps a good environment to work.
We had this interior architect who was completely about everything should be white.
Okay, so it's a good color for...
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I like it very much.
Okay. A little bit too clean.
And our CEO, our former CEO was very much about having big offices for the board of directors.
Okay. And it's a very good for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, introduce yourself. I'm Karin Dammer. With quite a few consultants. I'm specialized in human resources.
Okay.
And today also I will be your personal consultant, one of two. And the other one will be Marianne Kruijs, but she's still today, so unfortunately we have
Yeah.
yeah, we have your name.
It's nothing serious.
Yeah. No, we hope so.
Okay.
So there is this kind of Karen, so you can also call and Marianne.
Okay.
Anyone. It's actually it's not. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm focused on of market research, but it's yeah, it's not. So how much time do we have to take?
About 25 minutes. Yes.
Okay. So, well, if you mind, we would like to go and talk about the culture of the organization and which role do the employees play in that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, how would you describe your culture? Because there are a lot of questions we wanted to know, but right now we wanted to share the feeling that you have about your company.
Yeah.
And also the feeling that you have with your employees.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's very important for us to get in your company.
I think it's the most important factor maybe in this whole operation, and also in getting this company on a better track for the future. In my view, the culture is the assets we have to improve for the future, because it's in fact the fundament of the company.
So how does it look like right now?
Right now we have 6 different locations in Europe, and one of the problems is that they have their own cultures, more or less. Varying quite a lot because, well, for instance, in Brussels we have a quite traditional culture, strong hierarchy, which is slow, which is not very flexible or effective. People are a bit afraid to step to their manager, let alone someone like me. Where in, for instance, Hamburg, it's well, more modern. People are more open. They are, well, like they are in Germany, quite formal, but they are not so afraid to not just go to their colleagues and discuss things. So every location has a different feel, a different culture, and in general we have quite a high age of the employees. I think it's about 48 or something.
For an average, educated and you can say experienced people.
Yes, so that's the positive side, experience, a lot of knowledge, but also quite traditional, and well, many people working for the company for 20 years and 25 years. They don't like change, and well, these times are about change, whether you like it or not, you have to change. So that's an issue looking at culture. We want our culture to become more flexible, more dynamic. And the other part is make it more open, because we do need the expertise and the ideas of all employees, whether they work in a back office or in the sales department or in a call center.
Okay, so you want them to meet all the time, so like to work together, to cooperate together. How do you
Yes, well, what we are doing more and more is to appoint organize project teams. This was in the beginning more or less a solution to not work all the time through the hierarchic structure, because that's slow and difficult to do. And when you make a project team, you can quite quickly say, okay, these 10 people work on this project and they have to finish their work in 2 months' time. But more and more this is becoming more the standard than the old structure, you could say. So this is something that really changes the structure of the company. And well, communicating throughout the company, yes, but not literally. You cannot have a company with 350 people communicating with each other all the time. That wouldn't be effective also. So the communication within projects is very important. And I also strongly believe in some kind of informal contact. Not to say that people should talk about their holidays and their grandparents all the time, but I think we can do more to stimulate
socializing.
Yes, socializing, but then work-related communication. So I would like a culture where people are focused on their work when they are at the office or when they are paid for. But not only in a formal way. Not only, okay, this is the job I have to do and now I do this. No. Thinking about, okay, how can we improve this? I had this experience with a client last week, and talking about this experience with my colleague who maybe has a similar experience, and then we maybe can come up with a solution to improve this kind of things. Like that kind of communication, we have to stimulate more.
And to provide the places for all employees and also like other facilities, you want everything to be really employee focused.
Yeah.
Does the building only need to offer a place to work and then a little bit of socializing, or does it need to offer other services like children's daycare or a restaurant? I would say it doesn't have to be in this building. It has to be nearby the building, or we have to offer it ourselves.
It's also a matter of cost, of course, because I think that the management of a childcare facility could be quite expensive. And I'm also not sure if people would choose to have their children at the office rather than having a childcare facility close to their homes. What I see more and more is that people like to share the responsibility for their children and work, both partners work. Then it's not very logical to bring children to the office of your partner. So I think, I'm not sure if this is a good solution. It can be expensive, but also will it really be the wish of the employees? I'm not sure.
So you really want to focus on the workspace itself?
Yes, that's it.
That's the main goal of
yeah. Yes, and we shouldn't exaggerate looking at, for instance, I heard about Google in America that they have a Michelin star restaurant in their campus. Well, that's not something we can afford. But on the other hand, I strongly believe in a combination of catering facilities, canteen, combined with places to meet informally. Also during the day, so have a cup of coffee or a good cup of coffee, something to it.
Also to share knowledge and share
yes, then exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, that was what you were talking about more the informal way of communication.
I think that this culture and this stimulating this kind of interaction asks for a certain level of comfort. Have a pleasant room, a pleasant seat to do it, some privacy to have a conversation with a small group of people or with one colleague.
So can you also tell us more about and how you see it combined in one building. How people should work. So, for example, in the call center, so you want people to be more separated, but there are other departments, and in other cities they are divided, so you want to combine them. How do you see?
You understand the question?
Okay, so the question is like, because I know that you have departments, especially divided departments, and I want to know how you see them in working in building. So how should they work together, which departments, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what I could do is I could send you a organization graph we have, which you see all the departments. Divisions.
Yeah, that would be really nice. And we also have some other questions for you that we don't want to discuss because we don't have a lot of time. So the questions that you can easily to them, so you can easily respond to them. And it's also possible to send them to you and to reply to them.
I can try. I don't know if, how much time I will have and if there are complicated questions, but
yeah,
you can try to send.
We will send them after our meeting.
Yeah.
So
and sometimes we have some information also in writing, so I can try to.
Yeah, it would be really nice. And if you could respond before Thursday or not Thursday, it would be the best. On Friday, but ours.
Okay. I see. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
I do my best.
Yeah, but also to react on the information. Can we find your internet site?
That's a good question.
Because we did find one. It's like similar domain, but written a little bit strange.
Okay. But I don't think it's possible right now because we are installing a new site, which is because we are in a new direction with a new management. The internet site is also being changed.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's what we want to know, because then we don't have to ask anything about you, which should be
on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, unfortunately that's not possible. So you have to ask for specific information.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Just to make it clear for us.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I will ask the question. So can you tell something more about you in the company, like how you work as a consultant, like also like workers, employees, water and hierarchy, how the normal
My personal job.
Work activities,
Yeah.
typical worker of your company.
Okay. Yeah, of course it depends on which division you are looking at.
Yeah.
I think what you can see is that we work in the office. It's only most of the managers do some work at home during the evenings, in the weekends. We are quite traditional, looking at that we work in the office. Most people come in around half past 8 or something, leave the company 5:30 or something like that. So quite traditional, if you like, but also it's I think normal if you look at the general age. There's one exception, I think, is the call center, where we have more younger people and also a lot of part-time jobs. They come in a scheduled way, so they work maybe only in the afternoon or the morning, whatever hours, also in the evening. So that's a difference of their working. What can I say? We do have a lot of meetings, too much.
And you said you want more flexibility. But those flexibility, is it only for the building or for the workspace, or is it because you said also the people are quite traditional?
Yeah.
So they don't like to change them, but don't you think that if you change achieve, or?
Well, I think that this is something we need to change for reasons of work-life balance. I expect we have to hire quite a number of new staff going to Amsterdam, and I expect, or I hope even, that this will be younger employees. They have a different idea about combining work and private life. So in that respect, yes, I think then it's good that we have more flexible working hours. From a business point of view, it shouldn't be too flexible, because we need people to interact. They can only interact if they are in the same location at the same time. So, but for reasons of work-life balance and being an attractive employer, I think that it's something we have to change.
So are you convinced by going to Amsterdam? About going to Amsterdam?
Yes, this weekend we had some discussion and we agreed that we should decide for Amsterdam.
And what about the building? Do you want to rent it? Do you want to build a new building? How do you see the whole structure of the building?
I don't know. I heard that in Amsterdam there's a lot of vacancy in the market, so I was wondering that maybe also for sustainability reasons, it would be very interesting to buy or rent an existing building. Maybe even an old building. Say, okay, we can reuse a building, maybe buy it very cheap. I don't know if it's possible, but it could be interesting also for financial reasons. And be very sustainable to say, okay, we give it a second life, instead of building a new one where there's plenty of space available.
And how do you see it? Do you have any ideas about sustainability? Because we know that it's very important.
Yeah, well, this and I also am wondering about transportation. So location, I think, is also a very important thing to look at for reasons of sustainability. Have good public transport. I also heard about going by bike to Amsterdam. I don't know.
It's really easy. I can say that just there is.
Okay. So I think that's also an important factor, apart from the energy use of the building and all kinds of things. I know that our CEO is also very much about having a sustainable image, and she would like to have maybe some systems on the roof, solar systems on the roof. I think, well, is that really is it only to show the world?
So I also understand that image is also very, very important.
Yeah, but I believe that when it comes to sustainability, if you are serious about this, then you should again start at your employees and have a sustainable culture. And have this has to be a value of the company. And if I look at our parking places right now, I see a lot of big MPVs and BMWs. And I say, well, I don't think we have a very sustainable culture right now.
If I hear this, I think the building has to show your image. But if I know what you're talking about, the traditional people you have, about employees, it doesn't really fit, because then you have to, if you look to the employees, you have a very traditional view. And maybe the building should look also traditional, but you want sustainability.
At the same time, we want to change the culture. We want to, we will lose maybe half of the staff, and we have to hire new staff. So this is really an opportunity to give it a boost, this change process. And I'm sure that people, or I hope that people who will join us to go to Amsterdam are the ones who are open more for change, because moving to Amsterdam is a change in itself. So the less flexible people will maybe more decide to not to join us.
So how much time do you expect from this process? When do you want to finish your change, your culture?
That's a good question, and also the question of, okay, how fast will we move to Amsterdam? I think we shouldn't go too fast. I think it takes takes a lot of time to do this in a well-prepared way, in a responsible way. Changing the culture will take us 3 years, I guess, from now.
So probably also you'd like to see your company in Amsterdam like a stable company in 3 years.
Yeah. What do you think about how fast can we move? What is the normal?
It depends on if you want to build a building, of course, or if you want to rent a building, or how much time you want to stay in the building. Because if you think about changing the whole culture and moving to Amsterdam and having your company there, so probably you want to stay there for a long time, so you have to buy a building. So then probably 3 years is doable, it's applicable.
Okay.
We will see.
I know, but I think you also picked it up, that our CEO is very enthusiastic and she wants to be there as soon as possible.
Yes.
I think we should take higher risks if we would hurry too much because we need to communicate a lot. People have to decide for themselves in their private lives, do I go with the company or not. Maybe their partner has to find a new job as well. So a lot of things to be arranged.
And also,
yes, we have to change. Just a minute.
Okay, so so we're going to finish.
Out of time, yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any questions for us?
Well, I'm curious about the process. What are you working at right now?
Now we are working on your strategic grid. That's why it's really important for us to receive all your information from you when we send you an email. And also we are looking for some locations in Amsterdam for our buildings. How is the situation in the market at this moment? And about your company, we are trying to get to know each other.
Trying to find us on the internet.
Yeah. And we also, yeah, that's true. So that's why we are asking. And we prepared our portfolio, but we recently gave it to your office. We didn't bring it here, so you can find it in your office. It's okay. So, and we will send you definitely an email after this meeting. So.
And we will meet again next Friday.
Yeah, we know that we are going to meet this Friday.
What will we discuss then? What will be the agenda?
On Friday we will show you a draft of our strategic brief. So as we will check if we understood each other properly, and if not, we will try to adjust our words. Yeah, so we hope that you will like our way of thinking, and then we can show you.
Good to understand.